Good morning from Leandra's Lairs. After some weekend work, the Mother's Day weekend, kind of got my full setup here, at least for the breeding season. Here on this side, as before, this is the main pasture. Here, got this little run. Right now I've got Peckins in here. They're overnight stay. On the other side, I've got my runner ducks, the breeding setup. And those ones are there because I've got orders or requests for those types of eggs. Normally I wouldn't collect hatching eggs for runner ducks or for pecking ducks because I don't really want more. But had a request, and I've got a nice big drake, and they're laying pretty consistently, so I'll fill that order pretty quick. So that's kind of like, I guess, like the upward end of the operation. And as most of you know, like the main overnight coop for my main flock is this messy thing. We have plans of doubling this out. I just got all the supplies delivered, and we're gonna put a new roof on this so it's not such a sloshy mess every time it rains. I'm gonna have to move the goat scratcher, but then so obviously the main flock is to spend their days just roaming the pasture. We got 45 eggs from them this morning. So not a terrible day, not a great day. This is kind of the newest thing here. So for my, I guess I'll call them juvenile ducks, the ducks that are feathered out, but still on grower feed. They're not ready to go on to layer feed. I put this is their full-time coop. This is a hot wire netting, which really is only necessary to be engaged because the goats will trample it. But it's also an added security overnight. We've got shade cloth for them. And they can go in underneath this little lean-to. But so there's 19 right now at the moment. They're between 7 and 9 weeks old, mostly Rowans. There's 4 runners in there, a couple of mixes, and these ones, other than the runners, are actually all still kind of for sale. But any females that are here, I'm happy to keep. Just add to the laying flock, and the boys will eat. And the reason I have to keep them separated, like I said, they're eating grower feed. All these girls eat layer feed. There's no reason that during the day I don't just take this line of fence right here open and let them hang out together. Maybe once they get a little bit more mature. And then kind of the next step down, they're in the pool, is see, these ones, they're still cheeping. Their voices haven't changed. I've got 10 runners. Just in the last 3 or 4 days, we've been feeding them a mix of starter and grower. They're graduating into grower feed, but they're not feathered out. I think if they were to move over to the coop I just showed you, they would get bullied. They're also small enough they could walk through the netting. So they spend their nights in the old coop. They can go back and forth throughout the day, but they kind of have this more like secluded, safe run for the daytime. They go inside. There's safety from hawks and birds of prey, whatnot. I don't worry about them getting trampled by the goats or even Aslan maybe acting out. So they've got the ground floor of the brooder. They are skittish, as runner ducks are tending to be. And then on the inside is the brooder, where our main hatch for the season really kind of saved for last. These kids started hatching on Wednesday. Today's Monday, so they're 5 days old at the oldest. They finished hatching on Friday. Most of these are runners. There's about 30 something runners, and then as you can see, there's a few Swedish ducks in here. These are all ducks that we hatched. They're they're from our stock. There's a few true black Swedish, and then also our blue Swedish bred with the black drake. So it's going to be fun to see how they grow up. So they'll spend probably 2 weeks in here, in this brooder, getting until they're about that size, and then they'll move down to the ground, and probably by that time that little group of ducks will be moved back over to the electric netting that you just saw. So that's kind of the steps that we're taking. So that's all my operation this year. That's kind of how we're doing it. Thanks for watching.